Hello guys, how are you today? We're back in here just checking on some numbers here. I took care of this mostly this morning. I left the game running overnight again. Oh, we got to pay off the farmhands. We must keep our staff happy. You got to give them shade, let them have breaks. Ta-da. Oh, cheese is getting really low. See, and notice my diamond count is way down. I have been attempting to get this little baby here leveled up. We're up to 37,000 diamonds per click, and this is going, that goes up every time, of course, and it's every 20 minutes. So yeah, I found fruit has been in great shortage, as it always is, and I actually managed to use up all the milk last night with cheese and using this and leveling up the warehouse here. So I think therefore I am. I think we got this all sorted. Do I have enough? No, I don't. I need to be planting spinach, my little friends. I was actually talking to the girl on the tractor, but I could talk to you too. Oh my goodness. So mustard I got already. The horses, the withered trees, we'll go have a look at them here. I think in winter is the only time that they are ready to harvest, and I keep forgetting to replant some more. And apparently I need about twice what I've got. So I've still got that modern house to finish. We got the pub. Ooh, so many things. So many things. I haven't worked out a thing for the vegetable area of trees yet. I'm not sure I'm going to leave them where they are. I'm not. Yeah. You place something and you look at it for a while and go, yeah, it's not great. And hopefully, sometimes you just walk away and you come back in a couple of days and you go, oh, I have an idea now. This would be all right if I do this. And I find if I just rush something, in 2 weeks I'll change my mind, just have to move it again. So I let things percolate. Percolate, is that the word? Just sort of slowly brew into something nice. It's well, maybe I'll have enough. Will I have enough? Oh, it looks like I probably will. Oh, happy day. So we'll get the little chores done. Do I have anything I should be planting in fall? First of all, do I have anything? Ooh, it's not winter, it's fall. For the little wilty trees, withered trees. These and the cactus. It's just like bump, bump, bump. I always imagine that I'm scraping up the tractor. And it's like, but no, look at my nice shiny paint job. And did you notice we're in yellow and purple? This is for you, Eugene. I figure, how many shrooms do I have? I do have a farmer. Yeah, see, that's coming along really nice. I have a farmer who has a small stand of mushrooms next to him and some fruit and things. I just blow through the fruit with the jam and everything, so. But this is, you know what, we don't actually need these. We're fine. We're good. Let's go back and finish this off. I still don't have the roads in down here. Oh, I did. Oh, I have to show you. I'm all happy. Now, I still feel a little bit like I'm cheating because, 10 million freaking ribbons here. Thank you, Bella. I have noticed something. I have not changed anything about how I do quests. But I did buy all of the water, all of the automatic watering, that system for this entire flower field. This whole thing is now watered. Feels pretty good. I probably would not have gotten that done this quickly without Bella's intervention. Let's call it that, right? I mean, maybe I would have actually, because you're making, I was up to a few thousand already of ribbons, so I was feeling pretty good about that. And I haven't slowed down doing quests at all. I'm still doing them exactly the same, poking around and getting to it sort of method I always do. So, when something like this one comes up, I went and did the mustard right away because it was ready. And then, we'll get to the withered trees as we get to them. I put the veg in and get that done. And then I just, ignore it till the horses are ready. I do my part, and then I just let the farmhands get on with theirs. Brandon, I read your comment a few minutes ago. This is going up 2 or 3, 4 days from when I'm actually recording it. But I read your comment about I'd be fun to work for. And I sat here going, I don't know. I don't know. Let me think about that. I mean, I've owned 3 companies in the past, and I've had employees in all of them. I've gotten on, well, better with some than others. I mean, I think that's the case. I only ever fired one person. No, I'm lying. I fired 2. Oh my gosh, I've actually fired a couple of people. But, I mean, in my defense, they were, when somebody tells you, I can't come into work because my wife is having a fit and needs me at home to take care of the kids and blah, 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 and she's not feeling well, and you get all this stuff. And this is going on for weeks, missing every deadline, okay? All kinds of stuff, just always a problem, always something at home. And then one day the wife shows up at the office and says, I am sick and tired of my husband working overtime every night and gone all weekend. And it's like, uh-oh, I haven't actually seen your husband in about a month and a half. He just hasn't come in for a long time. There was another family. Oh my God. It's like, okay. Oh well. Sometimes, you can just take on more than you can handle. True story, but it wasn't funny at the time. I felt so bad. It was like, oh my God, this poor lady. But it's funny now. Oh God. Okay, if I think about it for a minute, it's not going to be funny at all. They had 4 kids, and apparently there was another kid with someone else, but I don't know. It was a really nice guy. Oh my goodness. Oh well. What do you do? So I fired him. I figured that was a safe bet. And replaced him with somebody who actually came to work on occasion. It was good. And then another guy. He was, I had horses. I was looking for somebody to work in the barn with me, okay? So I needed, it's like the evil genius. I just needed muscle, okay? I needed somebody that could, wield a shovel with great effect. And I mean, I wasn't joking about it. That's what I was looking for. I mean, I did it. I'm only 5'4". I'm little, okay? I mean, I figure if I can do it. This guy looked completely and totally capable of getting the job done. And I mean, I let him know that was, what we were doing. And I said, it's really kind of important that you like horses and that you're willing to learn about them, because horses can be surprisingly delicate animals to keep alive. And I will expect you to, pay attention and learn some things and not ever assume anything until you really know what you're doing. You have to ask, you have to ask. I'm not going to have you founder my horse because you just didn't know a thing. But, and I said, you can have free riding lessons. You'll be able to ride horses, on your days off or after work, or even during, even during a break. It's to my benefit to have you quite comfortable around the horses. So if you want to learn to ride, you get free lessons. You can ride at least part of every day, and you'll be getting paid for that time. So, this is a pretty good deal if you like horses, but you kind of have to like horses to work here. And, I had a few people that were really excited about that deal, and this guy said he was. He lied. He fancied himself an artist. He was an artiste, and he wanted to, I had a great big sign going up, out by the highway of the farm, and, or near the farm, and he wanted to be able to paint the sign. And that's why he said everything about the job. And then, I already had somebody doing that. And, but that was what he was hoping to have gotten into. So he said all the right things and took the job. And then, I'd come in the morning and the horses weren't fed and the stalls were dirty and they weren't turned out. And he was sitting there sketching up his better ideas for the sign. And that went on for, like I said, I had somebody do the sign, but he wasn't going to be available. I mean, he was a professional, and he wasn't going to be available to actually create our sign and for a couple of months or something. And it was like, that's no big deal. I was so busy at the time that it's like, I don't need more people coming in anyway. But he was just coming up with better ideas. His ideas were all better than the other guy, and he really wanted a chance to paint it. And the short version of about 2 months of painful, this is not what you were hired for. The horses are hungry, and horses get really tied to a schedule. And if they're fed at 7 every morning, and one day they're not fed till 9, I mean, you can have some serious digestive things happen that can actually kill the horse. I mean, it actually kind of matters, but I couldn't get this guy to understand that. And then he wanted to paint outbuildings, and then he wanted to create a whole series of signs all over the place to point to the barn and the corral in this direction. It's like right there. Kind of know where it is. Anybody who's been here for 5 minutes knows where it is. I fired him eventually. Yes, it seemed like the only choice left. But other than that, I'm still friends. I'm still friends with everybody who's ever worked for me. I mean, if they're still around. I mean, there's people, they wander off, they move away, you don't ever see them again. But the ones I run into still talk to me. I guess that's a good thing. I wasn't assassinated by any of them, so yay. I'm sitting here thinking, things are funnier later, right? At some point, it's all funnier later. Or, honestly, it's just so blasted tragic that you feel like you have to laugh. And sometimes that's the reality. It's just so tragic. What are you going to do? Okay, so I have some over here. It was the ones in the middle. And I need fruit anyway, so yay. I met a new, really nice person in this game last night. I needed fruit. I wanted to make more, or I wanted to level up the warehouse, and my fruit was down to like 70 or something because I've been making a fair bit of jam. And I didn't have a lot of time to be in here. I just kind of was checking before I go to bed at night. And so I thought, you know what, I'll go to somebody else's farm for 5 minutes, and then I'll come back and end up getting double fruit, and this will be great, and I'll be able to get enough to put that next level on the warehouse. And then I just got to go to bed. I'm so tired. So I go to do that, and you know how that goes, right? You run into this really nice lady. Lucy, you're epic. I thought I had such a good time on your farm. And we just started talking and chatting, and then next thing you know, it's like 2 hours have gone by. And it's literally 2 o'clock in the morning. I actually sat and played a game for 2 hours. It was so much fun. I don't do that a lot. And I got some fruit and leveled up the warehouse and made pots and pots of jam, and it was all good. And I am really liking this particular method. I mean, this works for me, and I do realize this is not going to be the way for everybody. And I always feel kind of useless when somebody says, what's the right number of this? Or I'm not being efficient because I did that. And it's like, but their first sentence was, I'm having so much fun with this game. I think at that point, the conversation should be, you can put a period on that sentence and just move on. If you're having fun, then it's perfect. So I can't tell people the right way. I know that feels really frustrating when you're just looking for an answer to something. This method of putting the fruit together and the nuts together, this is great because I just need fruit for my jam, and I can just come here and harvest whatever the heck is ready. Just go up and down the road and get it done and get a lot of jam. And then last night when I came back, I was getting double, of course, after spending 2 hours on somebody else's farm mucking around. That was good. That was really good. So I ended up, just doing that for a few minutes. See, I've got all of these ribbons now. Why am I puttering around with these little fuel pumps anymore? I'm just going to change. I'm going to have to just change them all to the big ones because there's just, it's no longer necessary. Ooh, we have a situation over here, folks. Let's go down, and we have here too. All right, we're going to move some people. So we're going to, I like to keep the goats because of the milk situation. The goats and the cows are always looked after. I generally leave the horses because they just take so long to level. Boom, boom, boom. Who do I want to move? The bunnies and these guys will be just fine. So let's go get these two guys and move them down because we have a situation. Where are the bunnies? Over this way. But yeah, I'm really liking having all the fruit. It's working. It's working for me quite well. On the farm that I recycled, I had put everything by season more than oh man, and I spent so long. You know, okay, this one is only winter. Oh, those are easy. You put all the winter ones together. Yay, perfect. Let's do this. But this one is winter and fall, so that's okay. I will put all of those between the winter and fall section, right? So I can get them on both sides of that equation. And it felt like, oh, this is so good. And it worked out pretty well until, I mean, and then you get some that are the ones that are available every season. Well, that's lovely. Yay, go do that. But I worked on it a long time to make it as efficient as humanly possible. And it did just fine. It worked out okay. I thought it was great. I felt quite good that I was being wonderfully efficient. But you know, that was earlier in the game, and maybe I just didn't know what my play style was going to turn out to be yet, because it turned out to be not very efficient for me at all. Not that I knew that at the time. I can't say that I never complained about it. It worked just fine. But the thing with like with questing is never neat. You don't get a whole, you know, group of quests going on at one time that are all for winter products. I mean, that doesn't happen. What happens is you get, you know, even if they're by season, and they were all down this row by season, you're still going to have one here, one over there, one over here. You're going to be popping around. That's just the way the game works. And unless I actually need something, like I need fruit for jam, or I need fruit to level, I need nuts to level the warehouse, one more level. That is the only time outside of questing that I ever harvest anything. It can just sit there and rot on the trees. Oh my goodness. So I do the quests, and I mean, I do a lot of planting and harvesting when I'm leveling a plant to get the next plant open. Absolutely. When I have a reason, I guess that's the bottom line, is if I have a reason to go out and harvest something, I will do so. If there isn't any particular reason other than, oh look, it's ready to harvest, I don't do those. I just don't do those. But I didn't know that was going to be my thing at the time, so. But this is working. I'm loving this. It really hit home last night. It's like I need a lot of fruit. And a few days ago, I needed a lot of nuts to get, I think I got, like with the warehouse, there was 2 or 3 times very closely spaced where I needed nuts to do the next level. And it was so nice to just be able to, you know, go over there and do it. It was really good. I liked it. So the spore palm trees there next. And yes, I have hired him, but I still help, you know. Okay, let's see. What should I be doing? Oh, at the house. We have the last house. Let's go do that. Have I yammered on for long enough that this is ready? It must be pretty close. A minute and 7. Oh, it's gonna need milk. I don't even have that much milk. And that one I can't do much about. Now, here's the thing. I have been in this very position before, and I got a little cocky with the milk. I have been making a fair bit of cheese, but again, this warehouse has been asking for cheese repeatedly. I reached a point where I actually had, you know, a few thousand cheese, but that's not the case anymore. So I needed more to do the leveling here. So I went and you know, and just I put in more of these cheese barrels, as you can notice here. It's still a mess, but I'll fix it. And start making cheese like crazy. And I actually managed to work my way down through all the milk for the first time. I actually got ahead of milk production. So that was, you know, it's like, well, that's okay. But, and last time on the other farm, and it was funny, I was just commenting on this very topic, actually, to Critter just earlier today, that in my other farm, when I got into this situation, I would just put a bunch of the goats down that are really fat. What is it? Little white ones, I think, that are really quite quick. They're just where are they? These little guys. Oh, an hour. No, there's one that's even less than that. An hour and 20 minutes. You know, like yay, and you get a milk. So I had put a whole bunch of these down. And there's one of the cows that's a lot faster than the other, whichever. 130? Yeah. Maybe it was that one. Anyway, and I had the cows down. Oh, 115. So I had one of each because I was just trying to level them. But I had them little pockets of extra animals all over the place. So I could get lots of milk over the next couple of days, right? Which seems it's a good idea-ish, but the problem is then I couldn't sell them. And I've been making a lot of fish curry because I had so much extra milk. So we're going back to sushi. But I ended up with all these little pockets of animals here, there, and everywhere, with rows of feeders along them, you know, looking after them that way, just to get an extra influx of milk for a short period of time. And then I didn't want to sell them. I felt bad. So I ended up with critters like everywhere. I mean, in a lot. It was getting a little dismaying, to be honest. It was one of the reasons I recycled. So I am just going to wait it out. The milk will flow. The milk will come. I will do the next level of the warehouse when I can. Or, ooh, you know what I could do? I got this. And this is why I say everyone needs a pot of gold in that weird purple horse. I need milk. Let's just buy. It's like 92. How many do I have? I got almost going on 4,000 gold nuggets. I can do this. And then I have enough. 37.85 now. I look at my diamond thing, it was up in the 700s and just dropping like crazy. Okay, fish is in the next level, and man, that one is no problem to get. No problem at all. The fish do flow. Let's work on this one. What are we going to do with this house? It's the last one in my little mini neighborhood. And then we have the pub at the end, which is going to feel so nice. And then I get to start working on campgrounds and carnivals and all the fun things. So what do I want to do? Do I want to fence this yard off? I think I'm going to leave this one unfenced, but I was thinking maybe about a fence just along the back. Do we have a pretty wooden one that would suit this? It's a modern house, but I kind of like maybe... See, I would like a wooden fence. It's a wooden sided house, but it's considered modern, and I don't really know why. I guess because it's got the garage out in front there. I don't know. What am I gonna do? I did the sports event because these are, these were horses, and then the sports event gave me this one, and I had more jumps, and then of course you can use the hedges for jumps, and then these make, seriously impressive, scary jumps. So I had a really nice jumping arena. I may or may not do that again. I don't know. And I feel with all this stuff, I have to make like a water world somewhere, don't I? We've got to have some sort of water amusement park. Absolutely. I've never used these, and I feel like that it's time that changed. But back to the fence for this place. Maybe this one. It's not, this is just feels, well, oddly enough, look, rustic. It does, doesn't it? I mean, it totally does. This one feels, you know, well, a little perhaps more modern. Where it feels rustic. Oh, I'm so clever. It's right there in the name, Ava. It's okay. I'm fine. So I was thinking maybe just something like that. Do I even want this? Maybe. We'll just frame a tree or a plant or something there. I was thinking, yeah, you know, this is all. Oh, no. Well, I guess it's okay. Is it going to matter? No, they don't meet. That's fine. Okay. Some fences, if they flip the other direction, it makes no difference at all, and some do. So a modern place. We got a pool out here, and we've got this sun chair, a chaise lounge, or I don't know what that stuff's called, but we have one of them. You can lay down and take the sun. So I don't know. I'm thinking, I wish we had more trees in that size range. This one's too big. You know what? We'll just put one of these back here. It will be a cutie little thing, and we'll put another one. Do I want to just even that up? No, boring. We're gonna put that right there. Okay. We have a couple of trees. We'll be able to see them from the other side mostly, but that's fine. I was thinking about. Where is it? Is it in here? No. I've never used it, so I don't even know what it's going to look like, but there's a little flowery thing. If I put that here, now that's just kind of too small. But what I wondered about, yeah, maybe they're just too small, guys. I thought if we put flowers behind them, perhaps. Could we make this look like, you know, a two-tiered flower bed thing? And I don't know. I don't think I'm buying it. Pink and blue. A soft pink and a light blue. Well, those are pink. But I have nothing like it in blue. It would be nice if we had the same kind of flower in the two colors, but I don't think that's going to work. I mean, these are not small at all. I use these because they're some of the biggest ones, so that's not what I'm going for today. But oh, I love these. Do I have any more of these though? I just got the one color. That seems unlike. Okay, we got the yellow. Where's the white one? Actually, where is the white one? There's the red. Here it is. If we put, oh, but I wanted pink, not white. But see, I like the white one. How soon they forget. Okay, that's not going to work. Because there's not a pink. There is a red, but there's not a pink. Okay, we're going to go with these because they are absolutely adorable. We're just going to put in pink daffodils and say that's done. Well, they're called white, but they're actually a very pale pink. I don't think the little dewdabbers in front really work, though, do they? Is there any way? Oh my God, I got that the first time. That never happens. Oh, look at this. Oh, I am feeling elite. That's pretty cool. And what are we going to put in a modern house? I'm thinking barbecue. Right? This feels like a modern North American kind of place. We're just, and I'm sure this is the exact choice I've made in the past, but what can I tell you? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So we're good. We're going to put this down for these guys because they're playing in the pool, right? They're sitting there. Oh, and the ones with the drinks. This one. Oh, but they're on sand. Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't know if I want that. We'll see what it looks like. Well, it would look better if it was facing the right way. Wouldn't it? I think it would. But it's sitting on sand. But this one has drinks. It has the little coconut drink. That's so perfect. But I don't know. What do you think? Do we leave it? I'll let you guys decide. Are we saying that it's actually sitting on a cement pad? Is that what's happening? Maybe that's what it is. Sure, let's go with that. The other, we do have this little guy, but that's on sand as well. Oh well. We don't have anything like that that isn't sandy. But you know, we've got that. That'll be fine. And you guys are gonna have to tell me if you want that left on or not, because I don't know. But you know what? This is fine. I'm good with this, just as it is. It's a simple house. They have lots of lawn, only one flower bed, and they just, you know, mow the lawn and put the meat on the Barbie and get the beer, and life is good. So that one's done. I have a neighborhood. Woo! I'm happy. Anyway, I'm gonna shut up. Thank you for hanging out on the farm, guys. I always appreciate you guys so much. I love the comments. Just thank you. I feel like we're building a little community, and I like that a hell of a lot. Thank you, Patreons. I can't live without you. Bye-bye.